This guy stinks. We just got here, and Marshawn Lattimore already stinks. We get him off the team, bro. Why is he still here? Why is Marshawn Lattimore still here? This guy is awful. He's done. You can tell when a player is done. He's done. There's nothing left to be seen. He's done. He's done. He doesn't have it anymore. This isn't New Orleans Saints Marshawn Lattimore. He's done. It's over. He's cooked. Please, dude, just retire at this point. You can retire today. You could retire at halftime. Do what you gotta do. Get out of here. Oh my God, this guy stinks. How are you this bad? That's how you know a guy is cooked. I'm not even gonna sit here and be like, oh, he's trash. I don't even want to do that. He's just cooked. We know he used to be great. He's done. Okay? It's over. It's time to take a look in the mirror and understand I don't have it anymore. The game has passed me. Father time has caught up. I need to do myself a favor before I make it worse and people remember me in my poor days. Let me just leave. Marshawn Lattimore, please do everybody a favor and just retire, dude. You don't have it anymore. You don't have it anymore. Of course, our coaching is trash, just like the team is trash. What else is new? It's week 7. We know what this team is. But my God, Marshawn Lattimore, please do everybody and yourself specifically a favor. Just retire. Dak spent the entire drive just targeting you. And then the pass interference call gets called specifically on you, bro. Oh my God. Commanders blew it against the Bears. There's nothing else that needs to be said there. They blew it. They know they blew it. Okay. You don't fumble the if you don't fumble that ball on 3rd and 1, you probably pick up the first down, you ice the game. 1st and 10 here. Here comes the Commanders. You blew a game you were supposed to win. Okay. You blew a game you were supposed to win. You had a chance to be in first place in the NFC East. You blew it against the Bears. It is what it is. 3 turnovers is just going to get you a loss. You turn the ball over 3 times. I know the weather wasn't great. I was out there. I know how the weather was. You turn the ball over 3 times, you're gonna lose the game. They turned the ball over 3 times, turned it over in the worst possible situation, they blew it. They should have won that game, they blew it. That's all that needs to be said. And in terms of the Dodgers sweep, congrats to them again. I'm happy for that. I got a whole week off of not having to focus on that. I can actually get back into leaning a bit more towards football for the next week because the World Series doesn't start until Friday. Tonight is Game 6 of the ALCS between the Mariners and the Blue Jays. We'll see what happens there. If the Mariners win, they head to the World Series to take my Dodgers on. If not, Toronto forces a Game 7, which we'll see what happens there. So yeah, I'm happy that the Dodgers swept, but we have bigger things to focus on. Job's not even close to being finished. We're trying to repeat. 3rd down and 3 here on the opening drive for the Commanders. Jaden takes the snap. He's got time. Jaden fires it in. Complete. No flag on the play. 3 and out to start the game. Jaden looks like he's going to go for it on 4th down here. They're going for it on 4th down here, which again I'm fine with. They were we're 4 for 4 on 4th downs this year in terms of 1 to 3 yards. I know what this team's capable of. Just got to be able to connect here. It got the jump. You got the jump. Oh my God, false start. All right, time to punt. Time to punt. 3 and out. Getting ready to go for it. False start on the offensive line. 3 and out. Good job, guys. I mean, execution is important in these moments. You know this. And the Cowboys start with a touchdown. The Commanders start with a 3 and out. We're getting ready to go for it on 4th down before our offensive lineman jumped, because why not? So now it's a 3 and out, and you're going to have to punt the football. That's just great. That's just great. That's exactly how we wanted to start off today, guys. Punting the football, 3 and out here. Got to punt it back to this defense that can't seem to do anything right now. That right there was a hell of a save. That's going to start them at the half-yard line. Now, it'd be great if the defense could take advantage of this and force a 3 and out. You would think they could, right? I don't even know. 7-0 game here. Opening drive for the Cowboys resulted in a touchdown. Opening drive for the Commanders resulted in a 3 and out. But yeah, back to Marshawn Lattimore. Dude, just retire, man. I'm being dead serious. Just retire. You don't have it anymore. It's fine. You don't have it anymore. Sometimes you got to understand where you stand. You don't have it anymore. You don't. It's fine. Marshawn Lattimore gotta go, dude. He gotta go. He don't got it anymore, and it's just he's out there and he's just getting cooked. He can't stay in front of He can't stay in front of George Pickens, excuse me. He damn sure can't stay in front of CeeDee Lamb. He can't stay in front of anybody. And then he's just forced to hell because he can't cover anybody. They're actively picking on him. He's actively getting abused. Like, do yourself a favor for the sake of the team, bro. Just bow down. Please. Please. Go talk to the coach, man. Maybe you should bench yourself. You're not playing good out there. You're getting cooked every week. You are a liability on this defense. You don't have it anymore, dude. You don't got it. It's over. It's done. He don't got it anymore, man. It's fine. It happens to the best of us, man. Father Time has caught up. Marshawn, you're not the same guy you were in New Orleans, which is fine. It's just time to retire, dude. I'm tired every week watching this dude go out there and get cooked because he can't stay in front of anybody. I mean, it's just it's clear to everybody you don't got it anymore, man. And teams are just picking on him. Teams are picking on him actively. And they're going to do this again. Second drive here, starting at the half-yard line. 1st down here. Dak under center. They're going to hand it off here. A safety! They got the safety! The defense got the safety! The defense makes the stop. Safety here. The defense got the safety. They're going to get the football back. They're going to get the football back. The Commanders' defense got the safety. They broke free, finally making a big play in this run defense. They get the stop there. They make a tackle in the end zone. Well done to Payne, making the play. Safety here. Commanders' offense gets the ball back, and they'll have a chance to take the lead here. That was a perfect punt situation. That was needed, man. That was needed. That was absolutely needed. Early on, you don't want this game to get past you. Defense goes and makes a stop, forces the safety here. And now the Cowboys get to punt it back to your offense, and now they have a chance to try to take this lead early on. And if the Commanders are willing to be aggressive, if they can get in the end zone, I recommend going for two to try to make it a 10-7 game if you can get into the end zone. However, we're going to have to wait and see. 7-2 game here. Commanders get the ball here now because they are forced to kick this back off to the Commanders. Here we go. By Sunday Night Football, that Dolphins coach will be fired. McDaniels, probably going to be fired sooner rather than later. The games today were trash. I'm not going to lie to you. First of all, that London game, I think we're running out of patience. I think we've not running out. I think we've ran out of patience with these international games. If y'all are not going to put the time and effort in on these international games in the morning, there's no reason to watch them. I mean, Rams and Jaguars, both teams were 4-2, but it looked like one team was 4-2 and the other team was 0-6. That's how bad it was. Those 1 p.m. games were awful. Rams destroyed the Jaguars 35-7. That's pathetic. Bears beat the Saints in a game that they were up like 20-0. So it pretty much looked like it was over at the end of the day. They were up 20-0 at some point. The Saints, we knew they weren't coming back. The Browns absolutely humiliate the Dolphins 31-6. McDaniels is getting fired, and at some point too is getting benched. Patriots smoked the Titans 31-13. The Chiefs didn't even make this a competition. They beat the crap out of the Raiders 31-0. Eagles win a close one. Well, it wasn't really close. It was more of a comeback for the Vikings, 28-22. And then the Panthers win a disgusting game against the Jets 13-6. Nice run here on first down. Pickup of about 9. Second down coming up here for the Commanders. Yeah, these games just sucked at 1 p.m. There was not one game that was interesting. And Jets 0-7, trash. Dolphins 1-6, trash. Saints 1-6, trash. Like, all these games just sucked. The 4 p.m. games, you got to hope for the best. 4 p.m. games, we got 2 games on Monday Night Football tomorrow. That has to work out. We got a game here on Sunday Night Football. We got this game here between the Cowboys and the Commanders. We hope this is good. The Giants and the Broncos got to be good. Jaden Daniels kept it himself, tried to pick up the first down. He's going to come close. I think he is short here, but they make him the first down. Let's see where they mark this. The Giants are up 7-0 against the Broncos. Jackson Dart, man, this guy is, yeah, they got their guy right now. They got their guy in Jackson Dart. He's up 7-0 against the Broncos. The Colts are up 6-3 against the Chargers, and they're at the Chargers 4-yard line. It's 4 down though. They may kick a field goal. It's a 6-3 game there, so we'll see what happens here. 3rd down and 1. But yeah, those 1 p.m. games suck. The 4 p.m. games have to deliver. 3rd and 1. They're going to pick up the first down. Hand the ball off here. You pick up the first down. Commanders going to move the chains. First and 10 here. They're going up tempo. Trying to take advantage of this here. Jaden in the pistol on first down. He's going to take the snap. Fake the handoff. Jaden fires downfield. It's caught! Deebo Samuel inside the 20, inside the 10. It's 1st and goal. I said Deebo Samuel, excuse me. Chris Moore, which, by the way, Chris Moore has been actually active for the Commanders and doing something. Chris Moore, hey, I'm happy for the dude. Chris Moore with a huge play there to take them to the goal line. Holding on the defense, the play will stand. It's 1st and goal. This is a huge play for Chris Moore. Excuse me, I said Deebo Samuel. I meant Chris Moore coming across the middle of the field. He catches it. He's got plenty of space. He nearly keeps his feet in bounds and takes it to the house. Chris Moore with a huge play here to take the Commanders to the goal line. 1st and goal here for the Commanders. And it's nice to see Chris Moore still being, utilized and still being effective for somebody. 1st and goal here. Dak Prescott obviously walking on the sideline. You know how it is. Yes, that is the same Chris Moore that you are thinking. That is the exact same Chris Moore. Glad to see he's still being effective for somebody. 1st and goal. Jaden's going to take the snap, hands the ball off here, right up the gut. A good run's going to take it to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up here for the Commanders. Commanders are going up tempo. They're just trying to keep the pressure on the Cowboys defense. Second down and goal here for the Commanders. Jaden in the shotgun, ball at the Cowboys 4-yard line. Jaden takes a snap. He's looking towards his left. Pressure's coming. He's going to roll to his right. Rolling. Breaks out of a tackle. Rolling. Nothing's there. He's just going to have to walk. But he kind of like sidestepped out of bounds. He goes out of bounds. No yards picked up there. Third down and goal here for the Commanders. This is a great opportunity for them here. They definitely want to be able to take advantage of this and find the end zone. They are going to go quickly here. Jaden Daniels, 2 of 3 for 43 yards so far in this game. Second drive here. Third down and goal at the 5-yard line. Jaden once again in the shotgun here. Got to find the end zone here. Jaden takes a snap. He's looking. Nothing's there. Jaden steps in, fires, caught! Zach Ertz, touchdown, Commanders. Come on, dude. You know straight up, Commanders or Cowboys? You got your answer, bro. Commanders or Cowboys, you got your answer. At no point in the history of this channel have I ever supported the Cowboys. I have been very, don't even matter who they playing unless it's the Steelers. I have actually even when it's that, I just tend to go for the hate watch and just hope, it's a tie. But no, I have now, nor will I ever show love and support to the freaking Cowboys. So Commanders or Cowboys, I think we got that answer. They're gonna go for 2. That's why I knew Quinn was gonna go for this, because you have a chance to make it a 10-7 game, and we are really great in these situations. 2-point conversion here. Jaden's gonna keep it himself. Jaden's got space. Oh! Bland made a fantastic tackle because there was freeway for Jaden to take it to the... That is a fantastic tackle. Wow. That is a fantastic tackle by Bland, because Jaden was going to take it in for the 2. That is a fantastic tackle. It's going to stay an 8-7 game. Commanders have the lead, but Bland makes the tackle to keep it a 1-point game. Wow. Jaden was about to just cruise in, and Bland made a fantastic tackle. I thought he got past him. I really thought he got past him here. So it's an 8-7 game here in Dallas. Cowboys getting the football back. Commanders do have the lead. Both teams have found the end zone early on here in the first quarter. Let's see Dart here. He's... Wow, that Broncos defense let a man wide open. Hey, man, Jackson Dart making plays here. Also, the Patriots won, so they keep first place in the AFC East. Would you support the Giants? No. I mean, I guess if they're going against the Steelers, actually, would I support the Giants? If they're going against the Steelers, yeah, I'll support the Giants if they're going against the Steelers. When they were going against the Patriots, I supported the Giants. I said, Eli, go get him twice, and he did. So I could show love to the Giants. if they're going up against a team I hate more than them. But if the Giants are going up against the Commanders, no, I'm not showing love. If a Giants win means the Commanders are in trouble or it compromises the Commanders' positioning in the in the NFC East, no. Like I said, I'm not gonna show a lot. Like I said, I'm not gonna really show love to Philadelphia or New York or Dallas if it's gonna affect the Commanders. Crap! And that's gonna be a flag. That kick went out of bounds. They're gonna start at the 40. Oh boy. So no. Like I said, I'm not gonna show love to like these other divisional rivals unless they're going up against a team that I hate more than them. Yeah, Jets are 0-7. I mean, I'm not surprised. The Jets stink. Um, I think look at that tackle by Bland. I cannot believe he made that tackle. Jaden was gonna cruise in. Oh my God, Jaden was gonna cruise in for two. That's just a fantastic tackle, man. That's a fantastic tackle. 1st and 10 here for the Cowboys. Commanders up 8-7 here. Dak Prescott 2 of 3 for 18 yards, but he was dealing early on and probably would have had a touchdown here. Here we go. Dak takes a snap, immediately targets George Pickens, who makes the catch. Why not? Why not? Dak's going to take the snap. He's about to toss this again. There's no defense being played. Incomplete. Aaron Glenn getting fired, probably. Same for Mike McDaniel, probably getting fired. Ay. That's just a great catch, man. You can't even be mad. That's just a great play by George Pickens. I'm not even mad. The defense was good. It's just a great catch by Pickens. It's just one of those plays where it's good defense, better offense. 2nd down and 10 here. Dak in the shotgun. They're in They're in Commanders territory. They're gonna hand off here. Run defense, trying to make a stop here. And Williams picks up about 7. 3rd down coming up here for the Cowboys. They're already in scoring position. They could kick a field goal here. Defense has got to make a stop here. You hold the 3 is better than anything. Jets are never going to be good in our lifetime. I mean, probably they have to burn the entire franchise down and start from scratch, but they're not going to do that. 3rd down and 3 here. Dak takes a snap. He's got plenty of time. Dak's going to step up. Pressure's coming. Get him! Get him! Get him! Incomplete. I'll take it. That's going to force the field goal. You had a chance to get him, to sack him, to potentially knock him out of field goal range, but it's good defense by the secondary. They stopped the completion. CeeDee Lamb could not make the catch. That's good defense right there to stop the play from being made. Knocked it out of his hands. Well done. Well done. Great defense there. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They're going to go for it on 4th down. I would have preferred a sack that would have knocked them out of field goal range, but they're going to go for it on 4th down here. And boy, they're going to, oh boy. 4th down and 3. Cowboys going for it. Oh, they're just trying to get us to jump. Now, let's see. Let's see. Hold up. You could call a timeout. Doesn't mean you're going to bring out the... Oh, never mind. I didn't even get to finish because there's times where you could call a timeout. There's times where you could call a timeout and then try to reconsider or consider what you're going to do because you wanted to see what the defense was going to run. But they're going to kick a field goal here. .47-yard field goal. That kick is good. Cowboys retake the lead. They're up 10-8 here. Little back and forth here between the Cowboys and the Commanders. 10-8 game here. Cowboys on both their drives were able to put some points up. Obviously you want to make a stop, but you can settle for three. You can settle for three. You obviously want to make a stop. Defense was able to hold them to three. I can live with that. All right, Dolphins are horrible. Yep. A lot of teams are horrible right now. Again, it's a big part of why people believe a comeback could happen for the Ravens. Because you got the Dolphins who are horrible on your schedule. You've got the Jets who are horrible on your schedule. You do got some bad teams, but you also got some teams now. With the way the Patriots have been playing, the Patriots are no longer a team that you can look at and say that's food, especially with how bad we've been. Cleveland is still terrible, but they're not as bad as the Dolphins are, man. So I am enjoying this break of not having to worry about that team right now. I appreciate the bye week. I really do appreciate this bye week. Ah. All right. Commanders get the ball here. They're going to start around the 29-30 yard line. Flag on the play. This is going to come back. Flag on the play. This is coming back. Jaden's coming on the field, but this is coming back. Personal foul call on our offense. Tripping is AMC North is so bad this year. Yeah, so anyone can honestly win that division. Cincinnati could probably win it with Flacco if Flacco can play the way he played against the Steelers defense. So it's kind of just like that. Division's bad this year. All four teams, well, I would say three of the four teams stink, and the other team is just average. But it is what it is. The AFC North and the AFC South switched positions this year. The AFC South is the AFC North, and the AFC North is the AFC South. What the worst division in football this year. First down and 10. Jaden's gonna hand this off here. The Cowboys defense is gonna get there, but you do pick up about 2, maybe 3 yards here. Second down coming up here for the Commanders. It is up in the air. That's why people think if you get Lamar back, you probably could still take this division. Because we haven't played Pittsburgh yet. We got 2 games against Pittsburgh and 2 games against Cincinnati. The only win we have is against Cleveland, and Cleveland's not a good team. And then you got to deal with the Dolphins on your schedule, which again, that should be food for anyone that's. I mean, this team stinks as well, so they could probably lose to the Jets and the Dolphins. They got the Jets and the Dolphins on their schedule, so they play the Jets, they play the Dolphins. If Lamar is there, you feel like he can at least lead you to those 2 wins. We already beat Cleveland. That's another win you can get. That's 3. It comes down to 4 matchups against Cincinnati and Pittsburgh for the division, honestly. So if you could win 3 of those 4 matchups, you're set up to get another 3 wins there, which would put you at 6 wins, and then you just got to find a way to win 3 or 4 games to try to make the playoffs or win this division. Who knows how it's going to go? 2nd and 6, quick throw here. Oh, Ertz! Ertz dropped the ball. Wow. That's not something you often see from Zach Ertz. He could have picked that up and at least gotten um 5 to make it 3rd and 1. Third down and 6. The Commanders offense, that is their 12th drop pass this season, tied for most in the NFL. That is not a good stat to have. Third down and 6 here. Gotta pick this up. You do not want to go 3 and out and give the ball back to Dak. Here we go. Jaden takes a snap. He's looking, fires quickly. It is caught, and it's short. If you're going to run a play like that, you need to have a blocker. There was no blocker there. There was no blocker there. And Bland is just making the plays. 4th and 1 here, a yard short, 3 and out for the offense again. It's just. 4th and 1, here comes a punt. That's a good punt. And they make a good stop there around the 26-yard line. So that's where the Cowboys are going to get it. 4:38 left to go here in the first quarter. Wow, we are still in the first quarter. It's a 10-8 game here in Dallas. In the meantime, let's take a look at how everything's going around the league. Let's Jackson Dart. Oh, this kid is different. Jackson Dart, 8 of 16, 163 yards, 2 touchdown passes here in the first half. The Giants are up 13-3. Daniel Jones is going to be in the MVP conversation, and it's time for people to accept that. Daniel Jones is 2024 Sam Darnold. The Colts are up 19-3 against the Chargers. By the way, if the Chargers lose this game, they're going to be tied with the Kansas City Chiefs because the Chiefs are 4-3 now. Chargers are down 19-3. If they lose this game, which it looks like they're heading towards that if they don't get their crap together, they lose this game, they're going to be tied with the Chiefs for the AFC West first place aspect because the Raiders they're not in a good position, and the Broncos right now are 4-2. Actually, if the Broncos lose this game as well, the Chiefs will be tied for first place with the Broncos and the Chargers. So that's really going to bring fear. And then Packers and Cardinals are going at it. Cardinals up 3-0 against the Green Bay Packers. Jacoby Brissett's playing at quarterback because Kyler Murray's hurt right now, and not much is really going on here in this game. Let's take a look at Jordan Love, which again, I'm not fully sold on the Packers, man. I feel like they have a team that can compete for a title, but I don't know if I'm fully sold on Jordan Love being the quarterback to lead them. I still have question marks about them. They certainly have a team that can get it done. Also, the Colts might just be for real this year. There's always a team that's for real. The Colts might just be for real. Legitimately, Daniel Jones just placed himself in the MVP conversations. 11 of 16, 145 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, passer rating of 136.7. Justin Herbert, 5 of 8, 42 yards, 42 yards, no touchdowns, no picks, and a passer rating of 76. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you, man. Daniel Jones, 2025 Daniel Jones is 2024 Sam Darnold. So Daniel Jones is going to be in the MVP conversation the same way Sam Darnold was in the MVP conversation last year. I was trying to figure out, is Daniel Jones going to be 2024 Derek Carr or 2024 Sam Darnold? He's going to be 2024 Sam Darnold. Daniel Jones is throwing for 30-plus touchdowns this year. His team's going to win 12-plus games. They're going to be a high seed, and he's going to be in the MVP conversation. Dak going deep. He's got a man. It's caught. CeeDee Lamb for the touchdown. Who was covering him? Who was covering CeeDee Lamb? One play touchdown. Who the hell was covering CeeDee Lamb? Oh my god, Lattimore, so sick of this guy, bro. That was awful defense. Cowboys up 17-8. That was awful defense. That was the easiest throw Dak has made all season, and that was the worst possible defense. Look at this. And then you took out your own teammate! That was embarrassing. That's our defense, guys. That's our defense. Humiliating everybody. Well, that's our defense, man. You couldn't have looked worse if you tried. What was that defensively? Like somebody explain to me, what was that defensively? That was awful. That was just awful, man. That was just terrible. My God, that was awful, man. That was just awful, bro. Oh God, that was awful. Okay. Commanders down 17-8. Had an opportunity, couldn't take advantage of it. Now we got to see what this offense can do here. You cannot go back with the way this defense is looking right now. The offense has got to score here. You cannot get off this field without making it 18-15, 18-16, whatever the hell you got to do. You have got to score a touchdown on this drive if you're the Commanders. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Commanders. Jaden takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Jaden's got time. He's going to fire downfield. It is dropped. Wide open. Can't make the catch. Yeah. You're absolutely right, Brady. It's bad defense. That was garbage. 2nd down to 10. And now we have another drop pass by our receivers. Guys don't want to catch on this damn team. Can we please catch the ball? Oh, my. Incomplete. Guys, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Third down and 10. Empty backfield here for Jaden. Can't really afford to give the ball back to the Cowboys. Here we go. Jaden takes a snap. Pressure is coming. Jaden stands in, fires, caught. Thank God someone can catch. 1st down. Again, we cannot afford to give this ball back with it still being 17-8. We have got to go score. Oh my God, they're not covering somebody. They're not covering somebody. Please. They were gonna run that ball. It was a run. I'm like, they're not covering somebody. They knew it was a run before it even started. If y'all could have switched out of that, I would have gave a quick toss or a slant right there. I don't know. There was a dude wide open. 2nd down and 9. Fake the handoff here on 2nd and 9. Jaden over the middle of the field. Oh my God. He overthrew Ertz and nearly got picked off there. 3rd down and 9. Oh, then that's miscommunication. 3rd down and 9. Again, cannot really afford to give the ball back to the Cowboys. 3rd down and 9 here. Play clock winding down. You got to get this snapped here. Jaden takes the snap. They're sending pressure again. Jaden steps up. He fires. It's caught by Anderson. Anderson breaks the tackle. Anderson tries to spin, and he stopped short. You got to go for this if you're the Commanders. You got to go for this. You've got to go for this. You've got to go for this. It's 17-8. Getting off the field's not going to help. You guys got to go for this. You can't punt the ball here, Quinn. Look what your defense is doing. You're down 17-8. You cannot give them the football back. They're going to punt. They're going to punt. They can't punt in this situation. The defense has given up 3. The defense has made not one stop this entire game. This is not a moment where you got to punt, dude. It's 4th and 4. You got to take a chance there, Quinn. It's about to be that type of game. First and 10. The defense in 3 drives has given up 17 points, 2 touchdowns in the field goal. Can the defense stand up here and make a stop? I feel like on that 4th and 4, you have to go for it. Quinn, you got to go for it right now. Your defense, I can't put the defense out here with the way they're playing right now. Second down and 7. Dak's under center here. Fakes the handoff, and he has to get rid of it immediately. But a tackle is made right there. That was good defense because Dak was about to get sacked. He had to get the ball out of his hands. He does. And immediately, the tackle's made right there. 3rd down coming up here. Can this defense make a stop? Again, I didn't fully agree with the punt because with the way this defense is played through 3 drives, I know sometimes you got to trust your defense. But again, if the defense is unable to make stops in 3 drives, sometimes I'm willing to at least take that risk here. Hopefully they can make a stop here on 3rd and 5. I don't know. Defensively, they've just not been good today. They've given up way too many plays. 3rd down and 5 here. Dak in a shotgun. They've got to get some pressure on him. Come on, Dak, got him! That's a full-on personal foul. He just ripped his whole helmet off. He hit him with a clothesline. That's a complete personal foul. That's a 15-yard penalty. Why? Why? Wait a minute. No! That's not a penalty! That's not a penalty. He didn't grab the face mask. He didn't. Oh, wait. That yank of a jersey. That's not a personal foul, but it's not like the defense didn't commit a penalty. They already committed a hold. It was illegal contact. No matter what happened, they were going to get penalized here because the secondary already committed a penalty, so it's going to be 1st down. And this is what I'm talking about, Dan Quinn. Your defense has shown you nothing today. You have to be aggressive. If you're at midfield or around that area, you cannot punt the football. Look at this illegal contact. He's clearly and then he just clotheslines Dak. I think it's that tug of the jersey. I think it's the tug of the jersey at the end where he just grabs him and yanks him down. That's where the personal foul comes in. 1st and 10. They've got the edge. First down and more. They're in Commanders territory. This is what I'm talking about. Your defense, and there's a flag. Come on! Finally, something goes our way. Holding on the offense. Holding offense. That's a 10-yard penalty. Holding on Tolbert. Knowing the Commanders, they're not going to take advantage of this right now. Just the defense is not doing anything well today. I swear the defense has gotten worse and worse as the weeks have gone by. They're getting worse and worse. They're unable to make plays. God. This is just a bad look all around. Hey, look, Dak's got all the time in the world. Get him! Finally. They make a tackle here. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, so he's not going to lose any yards. But it is going to technically come down as a sack, depending on what they're going to mark him. And that's going to end the first quarter. The Dallas Cowboys, after a long first quarter, this has been one hell of a long first quarter. The Dallas Cowboys are up 17-8 at the end of the first quarter. Second down coming up here for the Cowboys. Oh my God, this defense, man. This defense is doing terrible. Second down here to start the quarter. Can the defense get the hell off the field? That's a false start right there. Somebody jump for the Cowboys. Second and 20, quick throw here to CeeDee Lamb, and look at CeeDee Lamb just get through the defense. And he's going to pick up probably 10, maybe 15 on that one. Came very close. Third down coming up here. Third down and 9 here. Four-man rush. Dak's got all the time in the world. Dak's going to get smoked. Incomplete. Defense finally made a stop. Defense finally made a stop. Fourth down here. The Cowboys have to punt for the first time in this game. Finally, the defense stepped up and made a stop. Their defense actually makes a stop here for the first time in this game and forces the punt. And the Commanders' offense is going to start off at the 10. The Colts right now are dominating the Chargers. Taking a look at this here. Nothing's actually changed here in the score box so far. Just taking a look at it. Other than the Cowboys making it 17-8. So Giants have the football. It's 13-0. The Colts in charge is still 23. However, the Chargers are now at the Colts 11-yard line. If the Chargers can make this 20-10, they can get back into this. We'll just have to see. Meanwhile, the Cardinals are up 6-3. Packers, Cardinals were initially up 3-0. Packers tied it up with a field goal, and then the Cardinals get a field goal. All right, first and 10 here for the Commanders offense. They got to get something going. They need to put some points on the board. Going 90 plus yards here against the Cowboys defense should be possible because the Cowboys aren't a good defense. But right now, offensively, we are just very sluggish offensively. First down and 10 here at our own 10-yard line. Jaden in the shotgun here. They're going to run the ball here, and the Cowboys defense snuffed that out immediately. That's going to be a loss of about 2, maybe 3 yards. Second down coming up here for the Commanders. Good Lord. Jaden, 6 of 11, 71 yards in the touchdown. Second down and 12. Jaden in the shotgun here. He's going to take the snap, fakes the handoff. Jaden, he's got to step up. Jaden's going to take off. He's going to utilize the wheels, try to pick up some of these yardage. He's going to pick up maybe 5 or 6 yards here. Third down coming up here for the Commanders. He managed to pick up actually 7. Third down and 5 here for the Commanders. Once again, the Commanders are choosing to go up tempo. Got to pick up this first down. You don't want to go 3 and out. Again, you have the opportunity here to try to close, to make this game close. You got to find a way to convert here. I'm looking for Ertz on third down here. Nobody's open. Jaden trying to buy time. He's going to fire downfield. He's got a man open. It's caught. First down, Commanders. Flag on the play. This has got to be holding. It's got to be defensive holding. Holding on the defense. Decline. First down, Commanders. They found a way to execute on a big play here on 3rd and 5. It was a good job by the offensive line. They gave Jaden plenty of time to just stand there and try to find somebody downfield, and he found somebody. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Jaden takes the snap. Protection's good. Jaden's got time. He's going to step up. He's going to step up. He's going to utilize the wheels. He's going to try to get the edge. He's going to pick up 7 yards here. Second down coming up here for the Commanders. Again, offensively, they need this here. They need this offensively. They've got to put points on the board. Second down and 3 here. Jaden going to take the snap, hand the ball off here. And again, the Cowboys defense, they're all over the run game today. We can't get anything going in the run game. They are all over this run game today. A loss of maybe 2 yards. Third down coming up here for the Commanders. It's actually exactly a loss of 2 yards. Third down and 5. They cannot get their run game going today. The Cowboys defense has been all over the run today. They've been stopping the run at a high level. Third down and 5. 4 for 7 on third downs today. Can we convert here and keep the drive alive? Jaden's going to take the snap. Pressure's coming. Jaden fires. Incomplete! They could not convert. You got to go for this here. How many opportunities are you going to get? You got to go for it. You got to go for it here. They should have went for it on 4th down last drive. You got to go for it on 4th down here. I completely forgot. We don't have a Deebo Samuel. We don't have a Terry McLaurin. We're missing guys. We're missing our top receivers. That makes things 10 times worse. 4th down and 5. They're going to get the snap off here. Pressure's coming. Jaden fires. Flag! 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 There it is. He's holding Ertz. He's holding Ertz. What's going on, Loyal? He's holding Ertz. That's a penalty on the defense. What? Are you serious right now? I need to see the replay on Ertz. Are you telling me there was no contact there for the... There was no hold. Oh my God. Turnover on Jesus Christ. It's just getting worse. It's just getting worse. 17-8. Holding call on the Cowboys. 1st and 19 here for them. Can the defense take advantage of another golden opportunity to get off the field? Dak in the shotgun here on 1st down. Dak's going to take the snap, hand the ball off here, and you're going to get a good chunk of running here on 1st down. Picks up about 7, maybe 8. 2nd down coming up here for the Cowboys. Jeez, man, this is ridiculous. The offense can't get anything, man. This is ridiculous, bro. The offense can't get anything going. I know you're missing your top 2 receivers, bro. There's no Terry McLaurin, there's no Deebo Samuel, but guys have got to step up and make plays. 2nd and 9. Dak to CD. CD just stiff arms a man and nearly picks up a 1st down. 3rd down coming up here is 3rd and 2. It's a 1st and 19, 2 plays. It's 3rd and 2. Like, third down and 2. Dak under center here. Can the defense make a stop? Probably not. But 3rd and 2. Fake the handoff. Dak's going to step up, take off, and pick up a 1st down with his legs. There's a penalty. You might get a hold. There's a penalty. You might get another hold. I'll take that. Third and 12. Can the defense make a stop? Oh my God, a defender's down. Defender falls down. Wide open receiver. 1st down, Cowboys. Not even playing, but they're not even being competitive today. They're not even remotely close to being competitive. They're starting to get dog walked by the Cowboys. It's still 8 minutes left to go in this 1st half, and it feels like an eternity because the defense. Oh, the ball is fumbled! Ah! The Cowboys keep making mistakes, and the Commanders' defense is doing nothing to punish them. They're giving you opportunities, and you're not taking advantage of it. Good God Almighty, do something! Second and 12. Dak drops back. Fires. The ball gets knocked in the air. Incomplete. 3rd down and 12 here. Oh, boy. Third down and 12. Can the Commanders' defense make a stop and get off the field? Dak's going to take the snap. Deep drop back here. Dak's got time. And it gets knocked down again. Deron Payne has made back-to-back great plays. And they're going to force them to punt. Shout out to Payne for making some plays. Oh, they're going to kick this. And knowing Aubrey, he's going to make this. They're going to go for the field goal here. This is going to be a 60-plus yard field goal. 61-yard field goal that Aubrey's probably going to make. But this will be big if he misses here. Yeah, Aubrey's not missing that. 20-8. Aubrey, it's between him and it's between him and God. His name right now is never mind. It's Boswell. Between him and Boswell, it's between him and Boswell for who's the best kicker in the league right now. 61-yarder. He just makes that with ease because why not? Because why not? $20-8 game here. Cowboys just cruising right now. They just keep finding a way to get points off these drives, and the Commanders continue to come up empty. It's still the first half, still plenty of time in this game, but my God, how many opportunities are you going to find a way to crush? You've got to do something at some point. You've got to find a way to put points on the board. What's good, Jalen? How you doing, bro? What's up, Sam? How you doing? How you guys doing? We just trying to sit here and watch whatever's happening here. My God. Let's take a look around the league here. My God, the Chargers are just absolute dog water today. The Colts are a legit contending team. The 2025 Colts are officially the 2024 Vikings. So they're going to be a contending team. Daniel Jones is going to be in the MVP conversation. Justin Herbert for MVP, that conversation died so damn quickly. At this point, it's between Baker, it's between Daniel Jones, and then it's Patrick Mahomes or whoever. Penalties coming up. This may be on the Commanders again, which will piss me off. Please be on the Cowboys, man. Of course, it's on the Commanders. Not a single one's gonna be on the Cowboys. Dude, the Broncos and the Chargers, the AFC. This is what I'm talking about. Nothing this year makes you feel like anything makes sense. The AFC's wide open. Yeah, Jones, Mayfield, and Mahomes. Yeah, at the end of the day, those three right now are at the top of the MVP conversation through 7. Well, now it's week 7, so yeah, those are the three candidates. We'll see what Baker does on Monday Night Football, but yeah, it's those three candidates, and then the AFC is just so weird this year. That's why even though the Ravens are 1-5, you can still feel like they can come back just because how very broken this conference is. The Chargers and Broncos are showing themselves to be very fraudulent now. First down and 10, and again they can't run the ball. Oh my God, they can't get in great field position because of all these damn penalties. They gotta go these long drives, and at some point they stall. They're missing their top 2 receivers. There is no Deebo Samuel. There is no Terry McLaurin. You got Robbie Chosen out there. You got Chris Moore out there. I mean, second down and 8. You just gotta go through it. You just gotta go through it, and that's a jump. False start. Going to the false start. Penalties all around for the Commanders today. If Mike McDaniel gets fired, so be it. Tua may at some point. You just gonna have to bench Tua. Dolphins are a terrible team right now, and yet somehow I feel like they're gonna beat the Ravens because the Ravens are even worse. We can't we can't we can't run the ball today. The Cowboys have stopped the run, and it doesn't even matter what we do. We keep committing penalties, constant false starts, constant hold. We can't do anything right. 2nd and 13. Jaden takes a snap, fires across the middle of the field, incomplete. 3rd down. There's nothing we can do. You're missing your top 2 receivers. You're barely getting anything here. Zach Ertz is the only target the only reliable target. And they're playing their best corner on him. They're playing man coverage. They're putting their best defender on him. 3rd and 13. Get ready for another 3-and-out if we can't make anything happen here. They're not even blitzing anymore. They're look at this. Look at this. Can he get there? He's short. He's short. He's beyond short. We gotta punt the football again. There's nothing happening with the offense today. At this point, God, I wouldn't even mind if the season ends tonight. I wouldn't mind if the season ends this week, bro. Again, unless significant changes are made, it doesn't even matter. Need Lamar back badly. I don't even want Lamar to go out there to be compromised. And even if Lamar goes out there, it is what it is, bro. And the RP to Doug Martin, man, that's sad. My condolences to his friends, family, and loved ones. Dallas defense actually made a mistake. False start after. We don't do anything well. It's over. It's over. This game is over. It's false start after 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 false start. What is wrong with this offensive line? What is wrong with these guys? How many times are you gonna jump off sides? There hasn't been an official report about Mike McDaniels being fired yet. It's most likely coming, but there hasn't been an official report. There's not been an official report that Mike McDaniels has been fired. They asked him about the job security, and he didn't really want to speak on that, and says he's more focused on moving forward to next week. So no, there has not been an official report that Mike McDaniels has been fired. But there's a high chance he gets fired, if not today, maybe tomorrow. But again, there hasn't been any official report about Mike McDaniel being fired. This defense ain't doing nothing, bro. At this point, man, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is just bad. Ugh. Nicholas says things like that all the time, Sam. I'm gonna point. Nicholas be saying things like that all the time. Nicholas is the same one that declares blowouts in the first quarter after somebody scores a touchdown. So I'm just letting you know about that, Sam. I'm just letting you know how Nicholas is like. He does that all the time. 3rd down and 3 here. Dak's going to take the snap. No pressure. Easy catch. First down, CeeDee Lamb. 4 minutes left to go in the first half, and we can't get a stop to save our lives. 20 points given up in the first half. 8 points scored here. Honestly, 6 because the 2 came from a safety. Our offense has put up 6 points. Their offense has put up 20. CeeDee Lamb continues to cook this team. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. With the Ravens being 1-5, the Commanders' defense looking like this, I ain't gonna lie. I'm just waiting, man. I'm just waiting. I could care less at this point. I'm gonna just watch the games, enjoy football, and call this season. I know my team ain't doing nothing this year. I could care less. If the Dodgers win the World Series, man, I'm gonna just be happy with that. As long as one of my sports teams win the championship, I'll be satisfied. When the Dodgers won the World Series last year, I was happy with that. You know, I said even if the Ravens go on to choke, which I knew they most likely do, I'd still live with it. That's why I wasn't that emotional. If you watch the division round game, I wasn't overly emotional when the team lost. Hell, when Mark Andrews dropped that 2 point conversion, I laughed. And you saw my recap video. I wasn't overly like hurt or emotional. It's just like it is what it is. And now that the team's 1-5, like even if they come back from this team's not winning a Super Bowl. Look how fractured they are. So it's just like if the Dodgers can win a World Series, hey man, I'll retire. I'll retire for the rest of the year and be like, whatever happens with the Ravens happens. I'll be here to watch the games and support and root for my team, but like I'm not gonna be overly concerned or angry or like lose my temper or anything like that. Just gotta hope the Dodgers repeat. Now, if they don't repeat, that's where things are gonna be problematic. If we can't win this World Series, that's where I'm actually going to be actively annoyed throughout the rest of this year. Third down and 11 here. I'm not even gonna say it. Dak Prescott in the shotgun here. 2:15 left to go in the first half. Dak third and long fires. Incomplete, nearly caught by CeeDee Lamb. Someone on the defense makes a stop here and forces the Cowboys to punt. Can we get something going before halftime? Our offense needs to do one thing. Can we get some points on the board before halftime? It's 20-8. There's still plenty of time left. Yeah, like this. Nicholas already said the game's over in the first half. That's just the type of thing Nicholas does, Sam. So I mean, like, if Sam tells you someone got fired, unless you gotta go and fact check that. That's just the type of thing Nicholas does all the time. He declares people's jobs ending before it actually does. He'll declare games over before halftime. Hell, he would declare games over in the first quarter. That's just what Nicholas does. So the longer you hear, the more you get used to him doing things like that. 2 minutes left to go in this game. The offense has to go score a touchdown. I think the Cowboys got the ball on the opening drive. So if the Commanders can still they can put up a touchdown here. They can make it 20-8 right now. They can make it 20-15 heading into halftime. You could at least live with that. The Chargers are at the Colts 7-yard line. It's not like they can't move the ball, but 2 interceptions from Justin Herbert puts you where you at. And at this point, you're down 20. It's 4th and 5 at the Indianapolis 7-yard line. You obviously have to go for it. You don't have a choice but to go for it on 4th down. Justin Herbert's been garbage today. I need to check this out. I just want to make sure the Cowboys got the ball on the opening drive. The Commanders are not playing well right now. Defensively, they have. Offensively, they've just been It's but nothing but punts. The Cowboys got the ball to start this game. So with this 2-minute offense, if the Commanders can score a touchdown, they can make it 20-15 heading into halftime. They'll get the ball coming out of halftime and they'll have a chance to try to take the lead. But they have to score a touchdown here with this 2-minute drive. So it comes down to this. If there's any time for the Commanders offense to get things going, now's the time. Speaking of getting things going, the Chargers finally find the end zone. Justin Herbert to Quentin Johnson for the touchdown. Touchdown Chargers, 23-9. They're gonna probably kick the extra point to make it 23-10, make it a 13-point game. Plenty of time left. They kick the extra point. It's 23-10. 13-point game in LA. Chargers up by Colts up by 13. Chargers trying to climb back into this game. The Cardinals went into halftime up by 7 because they scored a touchdown. So Cardinals up 13-6 against the Green Bay Packers. Packers have scored 2 field goals. The Cardinals have scored 2 field goals and a touchdown. So yeah, that game's going however it's going. Who knows, Nicholas? Who knows what happens next week? 2-minute warning here. Commanders have to score a touchdown on this drive. They make it 20-15. You complete. Despite the fact that this first half has been brutal for the Commanders, they get the ball coming out of halftime. If they can score a touchdown here, they can make it 20-15 heading into halftime. And then coming out of halftime, they can have the ball and try to go take the lead. But they have got to go score something here. 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. They've got to put points on the board here. Jaden's going to take the snap here. Checks the ball down. You got to pick up yardage here. You get a first down. First down, Commanders. You're inbounds here. McNichols picks up the first down. The clock actually stopped. I thought they were going to wind the clock, but they said McNichols went out of bounds. I'll take it. Commanders have 2 timeouts left. Cowboys have 2 timeouts left. You want to score, but you don't want to give the Cowboys the ball back because you don't want to give up any points before halftime. Jaden's going to step up. He's going to take off. He's going to utilize his wheels. He's going to pick up the first down. And he's going to go out of bounds. 1:43 left, and they're in Cowboys territory. The clock has stopped. Dallas still has 2 timeouts, so we have to be wary of the clock. Commanders also have 2 timeouts, but again, with it being 1:43, you score too quickly and you give the Cowboys a chance to put some points up before halftime, you're going to regret it. 1st and 10, empty backfield here for Jaden. Jaden's going to take the snap. He's got good protection here, and Jaden's holding on to the ball. Jaden, you just got to get... You had a check down, Jaden. You had a check down. You had a check down. I've never seen so many drop passes. It's crazy. The Commanders are leading the league in drop passes right now. Through 7 games, because this is game 7. Through 7 games, the Washington Commanders are leading the league in drop passes. 2nd down and 10. Is that going to be a false start? They're going to let it free play. Jaden's going for the end zone. No flag on that. They're not going to call pass interference, but it was a jump by the defense, so it's going to be offsides, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down. All right, repeat 2nd down. So it's going to be, he doesn't even turn around. He doesn't turn around, and they're not going to call pass interference. He doesn't even turn around, but they don't call PI. 2nd down and 5 here for the Commanders. 1:29 left to go in the first half here. You've got to get a touchdown out of this drive. It's 4-down territory no matter how you look at it. Jaden takes the snap. Looking, nothing's there. Jaden's got room. He could go pick up the first down with his legs, and Jaden's going to pick up the first down. Flag on the play. They're going to call a hold. That's going to be a hold. Somebody in the secondary was holding because Jaden had to break out and contain. There it is. Hold on the defense. Somebody was holding because where Jaden was looking, he pump faked and then took off. So that means somebody got caught holding. Illegal contact on the defense there. Yeah, he was looking for Ertz. Illegal contact. Jaden saw the illegal contact. All of a sudden, he had to pump fake, pull the ball down, and take off. So 1st down here for the Commanders. 1:22 left to go. They're at the Cowboys' 27-yard line here. Again, you want to let this clock wind down a little bit here. You want to score. You don't want to give up too much time to let the Cowboys get it. Jaden's going to take the snap. Jaden fires across the middle of the field. I like that. That's a good tackle. You let this clock wind down. You let it wind down. You don't need to go too fast. Let this get to under a minute before you guys choose to go for it. You got to let the clock run down. Let it run down. Under a minute now. Under a minute. Now you run the ball up the middle. That's a good run right there. 1st down. He keeps his feet inside the 10, inside the 5. He shoved out of bounds at the 2-yard line. McNichols had a great run there. First and goal for the Commanders. They finally got something going on offense. Despite how bad this first half has been, they're still in it. Nothing but self-inflicted mistakes, penalties, bad defensive plays. They still have a chance here. 49 seconds left. You've got to get in the end zone here. First and goal at the 2-yard line for the Commanders. Or at the 1-yard line. You got to run this ball here. You got to run this ball here. Jaden takes it himself. He's in. Touchdown, Commanders. 45 seconds left to go in this first half. What's going on, Daniel? You think Lamar can win out? It's not about Lamar. It's the whole team. Lamar can reignite the offense, but if the defense sucks, it doesn't matter what Lamar does. Lamar had this team averaging 32 points a game, and we were 1-3. It doesn't. Our offense was averaging scoring about 33 points a game. Our defense was averaging giving up about 35 points a game. I don't care how good your offense is. If your defense is giving up more points than your offense can score, you're going to lose. Our defense was giving up 35-plus points a game. Our offense was scoring 33-plus points a game when Lamar was there. You can't win with that. We've seen this before. So again, even if Lamar comes back, it doesn't guarantee this team is going to win out because the defense has to play well. So the real question is, if Lamar comes back, will the defense actually do their jobs? Because if Lamar comes back, the offense will be ignited. They'll go from they were averaging 33 with him, and then without him these last 2 games, they've averaged 6.5 points. So you get Lamar back, that's going to ignite the offense. Will the defense be able to make stops? That's the real question. Because if the defense can't make stops, it doesn't matter what Lamar's doing on the offensive side. If the defense can't stop anybody, we're going to lose. That's why we were 1-3 when our offense was averaging 33 points a game because our defense was averaging giving up 35. Offense scoring 33, defense giving up 35. That's why you're 1-3. Oh boy, 45 seconds left. I'm glad the Commanders scored, but there's too much time on the clock and there's 2 timeouts. Dak is going to try to drive the ball down the field. And if this defense cannot hold in 45 seconds, it's going to be problematic. Do not give up good field position. Do not give up good field position. There we go. You ran 5 seconds off the clock, and please stop fighting. And you stop them around the 28-yard line. 40 seconds left. 2 timeouts for the Cowboys. If they can get into field goal range, which Dak can definitely get them into, they can make this an 8-point game heading into halftime. You don't want to give up points here. You want the defense to make a stop. You hope, honestly, the best case scenario for the Commanders is to just hold them to not scoring. Worst case scenario, we know what it is. A dream scenario is forcing a turnover. If you could pick off Dak Prescott, that would be perfect. And you get the ball back to Jaden to try to put more points on the board before halftime. First down and 10, 40 seconds left. Deep drop back here by Dak. Dak, pressure's coming. Dak's going to get sacked. So Dak gets sacked, and they're going to probably let this clock wind. 28 seconds left on the clock. I think they're going to put time back on the clock. Cowboys going to use their second timeout here. Second and 17 here. Dak's going to take the snap. Want to be careful here. Dak's going deep. Do not give up a penalty. I'm sick and tired of Marshawn Lattimore. Can he retire at halftime? Marshawn Lattimore sucks! Please retire this dude! He's so bad! Just retire! He's holding his jersey too. Oh my god, that would have been a pass interference call as well. Oh my god, Lattimore is so awful. I'm so tired of this dude. He stinks. He's just terrible. Marshawn Lattimore is terrible. Get him out of the game. He's awful. All they're going to do is look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I give up. I give up. This defense is horrible. 40 seconds and you let them get to the goal line? Are you kidding me right now? This defense is awful. This defense is terrible. You can't win with this. You can't win with this. You cannot win with this. You cannot win with this. You cannot win with this. Dak throws a bomb. Marshawn Lattimore's garbage corner self gives it up. And then you let them run up the middle, knowing they're just trying to set up a field goal. And he gets down to the 2-yard line. 13 seconds left. They're scoring a touchdown. Cool for the Colts. I'm so done with football right now. I'm just ready for the World Series, bro. I'm so done with football right now. This sorry. And this is why I wanted them to run the clock down. Because I knew this defense, they're at the 2-yard line, dude. They can't run it in bounds because if they do, they put themselves at risk to potentially miss this. Dak fires, touchdown. What a waste of a drive just to give them a touchdown. It's over. The game is over. The game is over. The game is over. The game is over. I'll see you guys at the second half. I'm Second half, defense gave up 27 points in the first half, and I'm supposed to believe they're going to be able to get it together. The offense is now in a situation where they have to score every single drive in the second half because you actively cannot trust this defense to do anything. I'm about checked out. I'm really about checked out. No meaningful football is going to be played in the state of Maryland this year. I'm really about checked out. Jaden to Ertz. It's caught, but it's short. Third down coming up here for the Commanders. Chargers defense can't stop a nosebleed. Chargers offense finally getting going. They're getting going just in time for them to get smoked. The funny thing is, Daniel Jones isn't making. Dude, Jonathan Taylor has 3 touchdowns today. I mean, it's a wrap at this point. No matter what the Chargers do, they're going to lose this game. Third down and 2. Jaden takes it himself, and he's going to pick up the first down, or they're going to call him short. They're going to say he gets the first down. Flag on the play. Here we go. Another flag on the play. Probably going to be a hold. Eight penalties for 90 yards in the first half. You can't win like that. First down and 10. Jaden takes a snap, gonna hand the ball off here, and again, the Cowboys defense does what they've been doing the entire game, stopping the run. Second and 10, Jaden. Ball gets knocked down. Third down coming up here for the Commanders. Again, you can't afford to get the ball back with your defense being so trash. It's just going to cost you the game. Third down and 10. Got to convert here. Jaden takes the snap. Pressure's coming. Jaden getting out of the pocket. Looking, finding. Got a man, first down. Chris Moore. Dude, that sun is glaring in that stadium. It becomes a lot more difficult to be able to see when the sun's in your eyes. First down and 10 here for the Commanders. Jaden takes the snap. Pump fakes. Ball is fumbled, and it's recovered by the Cowboys. And Jaden looks hurt. And that's going to wrap up the year because he's holding it. Yeah, that's going to wrap up the year. That's the game. Guys, I am going to head on out. That's it. That's it. That's it. Jaden is holding his thigh. That's game. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just wrap it up here for today, guys. Jaden's going to the tent. If it's any, I mean, again, I have no idea, bro. He's already wearing a brace on the left leg, and now his right thigh is hurt. Just back in despair. No meaningful football is being played in the state of Maryland this year. I'm just ready for the World Series. Uh, the Dodgers can repeat. I'll live with that. Like I said, when the Dodgers won the World Series last year, I sat back and said, "Hey, the Ravens can go on to disappoint me the way they've done every single year. I'll just continue to watch replays of the World Series run." So I'll do the same thing here too. The Dodgers go on to win the World Series. We go back to back. Hey man, I'll live with the results. There's always next year for the Ravens, I guess, and there's always next year for the Commanders. I won't really be affected from it. Now, if the Dodgers don't win the World Series, then yeah, it's gonna be a very, very depressing time. But you'll just have to deal with it at the end of the day. So yeah, at this point, I'm just ready for Friday. I don't care about anything else. I'm just ready for Game One of the World Series, and then we just go from there. Jaden just got hurt again. Lamar maybe coming back to a 1-5 team, and I don't even know what he could do. And I have to pray with that offensive line. That's sorry excuse of an offensive line. I just gotta pray he doesn't get re-injured. The sad part is, no one gets held accountable for the lack of protection that some of these quarterbacks got to deal with. Like, how do you not hold how's the organization not holding people accountable for their quarterback, your franchise quarterback getting injured, and nobody's being held accountable? You got that sorry excuse of an offensive line, and nobody's getting held accountable for putting that in front of Lamar. And I'm supposed to believe you guys care. The Giants are up 19-0. It's just depressing at this point. Like, we already know they're gonna score a touchdown. I'm not. I just want to get no. I'm not. I'm checking out after this. All I want to do is kind of figure out what's going on with Jaden and figure that situation out, and then I'm heading out. Once I can get a report or something in regards to this, let the Cowboys score their touchdown. Um, yeah, I'm not even concerned about the game anymore. Jaden's hurt, so again, he was already hurt Dealing with the knee brace. And Jaden's heading to the locker room. Lattimore's a waste of time. He's a waste of a roster spot. He just sucks, but it don't even matter. It's just depressing, man. You know, I've come. I'm just coming to accept. I already accepted what the Ravens were this year, and I'm not. I don't even. I've already accepted what the Ravens are, so it doesn't even bother me that they stink and they're not going to do anything this year. But having to come to terms with that with the Commanders when I felt like they had a really good shot, and now Jaden may be compromised again, it's just depressing. It's depressing. I've already accepted what's happening with the Ravens, but now to have to do that with the Commanders, it's just depressing, man. And then knowing that the Chiefs are just gonna go back to the Super Bowl because there's no resistance, um, it's kind of just it's a real reality. And again, I got nothing against the Chiefs. Again, as a Dodgers fan, I know what it's like to be a fan of a team that's hated, that's just constantly on top winning. So like I understand where the sentiment's coming from. But it is unfortunate to see that this is what's happening with my teams, and there's nothing I can do about it. Our quarterback got hurt. He's trying to come back with the team being 1-5, and then it's just the same story every single time. You know what? I'm gonna just cut it here, guys. I think it's best to cut it here. I don't know what's gonna happen with Jaden, but this game's as good as done. Cowboys destroyed the Commanders. Well, it's still a 12-point game. I don't. I mean, I could try to play the what ifs. You try to play the what ifs, I guess, and say that they're going to hopefully make a stop. But this defense has not. The defense has made two stops today, and they've given them 27 points in the first half. The game is as good as done. So I might as well call it here and just move on. This is a wrap. Today has been terrible. None of these games have been interesting. Not a single game has been interesting. The Colts, as the Chargers continue to score, and look, wide open touchdown. All right, guys. It's time to call it here. None of these games have been interesting. The Broncos can't score a point to save their lives right now. Oh, they finally scored. It's 19-8. It only took you to the fourth quarter to score. The weird part is the Chargers that are trying to come back here, but I don't know what's going on with this aspect here. The Chargers score another touchdown. They make it 38-24. You're down 14 in the fourth quarter, and your defense can't make a stop. Justin Herbert's really going to pad these numbers, man. He's going to really pad these numbers to make things look well. But yeah, the Cardinals and Packers game hasn't exactly been the best. But Green Bay's down by 7. They got a chance. It hasn't been a great day of football. I'm not gonna lie to you. It has not been a great day of football. These games have not looked the way we thought they could. And Sunday Night Football, maybe we're in for a surprise for Sunday Night Football. Who's playing on Sunday night? Sunday night is Atlanta and San Francisco. I think that could be a good game, and I hope it is. But it is what it is. Anyway, I think I'm gonna cut it here, guys. The Commanders have lost. It's clear as day. And normally I'd be sitting here for the rest of this whooping, but Jaden's hurt, and it's a wave of depression that's just hit everyone in the DMV. So I'm gonna cut it here. And yeah, I'm just gonna try to enjoy the rest of my night. We'll see what Sunday night football has entailed. But yeah, I'm gonna cut it here. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I can deal with the loss. I can't deal with Jaden getting hurt again. And that's the reality right now. He's hurt again. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he'll be back, but I don't know. With that being said, guys, take care. Stay safe. Peace out.